Good afternoon, I'm Maddie. I'm your Blue Cross Blue Shield and Michigan Wellbeing Coordinator, and today we're going to make a smoothie bowl. It's super simple. You might have already made it before, but it's a good way for even for kids to get their vegetables in, and they won't even really notice it, but even for you to sneak some of those vegetables in that you might not get in throughout the day. And it's a great way just to kind of have a snack or a meal. This one will be more of a meal just because of the amount of ingredients in it. A snack is not as big as this, so you can always cut it in half, make it a small little snack, or you can make this as whatever you want throughout the day. So very simple. I just have berries. You can use any fruit that you want. Berries are just, we usually have these on hand. We'll either pick them in the winter, or not winter, but summer, stock up on those and freeze them. Or you can get them at the store, whatever you want. We usually get them because they're low in sugar. They're like low in sugar for the fruit. So we always try to keep our smoothies so they're not jam-packed with sugar, because it's very easily to get a lot of sugar packed in. Even if it's natural sugar, it's just a ton that you can get into a smoothie, which sugar's not always the best for our bodies. So that's why I like to add more vegetables. The fruit will just be the added sweetener. And then I'll add some other things to it to add some protein, a little bit of flavor to it, and then also just to add a little fun to it. So what I have here is I'm going to put my kale in here. I'm going to shove my kale down in there. I'm going to add my berries. So I have like 3 sprigs of kale. So you can add more or less. And then I'm going to put about a 1/4 cup of blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries in there. And then I'm going to take part of a cucumber. I'm going to do about 1/4 of a cucumber. Put that in there. 1/4, maybe a little more, a little less than half. So I'm going to put that in there. For my cucumber, I'm going to take a red pepper. Just because they're sweet, they don't have, like usually when you blend it into things, it won't have like a ton of flavor that will stand out. So I'm going to wash out the seeds. I'm just going to break it up. Put that in there. So this is going to be packed with vitamin C. Vitamin C, a lot of good antioxidants in it. And we're going to have some cruciferous vegetables from the kale, which those are always great for our body. And then I use water to blend it with, but you can add like a hemp milk, almond milk, whatever you want to add to it if you want a little bit creamier. So totally up to you. So you'll add about probably about a 1/2 cup of that to it. You can add a 1/4 cup, just depending how thick you want it. So I'm just going to add some water to this. If you don't have frozen berries and you have fresh, then you can just add ice to it, and that will make it a little more icy and a little more thicker than with the fresh stuff, because then it will be more of a juice. So I'm going to take this, put the lid on it. I'm going to blend it up. Plug it in. You can add any other vegetables to it, so you can even make it a little more savory. So add maybe some tomatoes to it, and make it more of like your own V8 juice instead of buying it from the store, because in the store it's going to have sugar in it, and it's going to have some added stuff to it. So you can make your own V8 juice too as well. So adding that, maybe add some garlic to it, some seasoning, some Italian seasoning, put that in there. And then maybe add something like another fruit that you think would be a little more neutral, or you can add the cucumber and just really make it, or a zucchini, make it more of a savory rather than sweet smoothie bowl. Pulse it a couple times, and I'm going to blend it. You can also add banana to it if you want. That's just going to up that sugar content in there. So just to add, if you want to add a little more substance to it, you would need a little bit more carbs. Say this is like a post shake. or something like that, post-workout shake. You can add some oats to it. So I'm just going to add about a 4th cup of oats to this. So not a ton. And obviously I just missed some going into the bowl. Let's scoop them in there. So I'm about to add about a 4th cup of those. Just to get a little bit of carbs in. You can add more. I'm going to add some hemp seed to that. Actually, I'm going to take my hemp seed and I'm going to sprinkle on afterwards. So these will be my toppings. I'm going to have my protein. So you can use any protein powder that you choose. So it's totally up to you what you want to use. I always say to look at the ingredients and make sure they're not adding a ton of fillers, additives to it, or sugar, because then it all just adds up. So really just, when you get the plain kind, you can add your own flavor to it for like a protein shake. So if you are into protein shakes, you can add your own flavor and then add all these vegetables and stuff in if you want to add more of that stuff in there. So I really get the unflavored stuff, so then we can add our own sweetness to it. So if we want to make a chocolate, we just add it, the chocolate cocoa powder to it, and then we'll put our own little sweetener and we can kind of control the sweetness of that. So that's just a little, if you want to try it out. So right there you can kind of see the texture, it's a little watery. I'll show you what it is when you add the banana, or you can add more berries, that will make it thicker. So I'm going to add a little more berries just to make it a little thicker to that. This might actually overflow because I dumped it a little bit too much. Okay, there we go. So I added about maybe a 4th cup more of berries, or a little sprinkle in there, a little more than I wanted to. So now I got that thickness. So you can go thicker, like so. Definitely the more frozen fruit you add, the thicker it's going to be. The less water you add, the thicker it's going to be. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to pour this into my bowl. Let's see. Scrape it out, but that's kind of what you can see in there, nice and thick and delicious. And then you can sprinkle chia seed on top, or you can sprinkle, I'm going to put some nut seeds on top. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of those on there. And then you can add some coconut if you want to. Sprinkle some coconut, get some good healthy fats on there. So we're just going to sprinkle some of that over the top. If you want to, you can add flax to it too. Some people do better when they soak their nuts and seeds. So that's totally up to you, or you can add some almonds to it. So I'm just going to keep it as is. But this is your kind of smoothie bowl that you can just kind of scoop and eat, and you can kind of control the thickness of it. This is pretty thick right now, so it's really going to be nice, almost like ice cream texture. And if you do want it less thick, like more of an actual smoothie where you drink, then just add a little bit more water and a little less fruit, and that will kind of, or a little more water, less fruit, and that will add that little thickness, or the thinness to it. So great way to get your veggies in. You can't really notice the kale, as when I said, you can't really see it in there. It's really well blended up, especially after you blend it for a couple times. You won't be able to taste the cucumber. It's a very plain flavor, either the pepper either. So really great way to sneak in those vegetables throughout the day. And this could almost serve 2, but could serve 1. So if you want to split it up between and make it like a little snack, then that is awesome as well. So quick little hack for you. I hope you enjoy this video. Like it. If you do, if you give me any feedback, any comments, but have a good, happy, healthy, and wonderful day. Thanks. Bye.